There was a time, quite a long time ago, when communities were buzzing with this question. What did you spend your first salary on? I have a younger sibling. Back then, when they had just officially started working after graduating for about 6 months, the memory of their first salary was still very fresh. Reading that question in a familiar community, with a hint of pride, they boasted, I saved a portion to spend for the next month, sent a portion to my grandparents, and the remaining small portion was donated to charity. Immediately, someone jumped in to criticize. Their foster parents had supported their education for many years, but they donated their first salary to charity. The story of the first salary suddenly became less joyful. Those strangers commented and then forgot. No one knew that child was born in a house without both a father and a mother. Their father drank heavily since their birth. They rarely saw his face. He only came home when he ran out of money. After their parents divorced, they lived with their grandparents, and their father and child never met. Their mother moved on, preparing loving meals every day for her new husband and their two children. Their mother didn't hate them, but she also didn't want to see their face. She didn't answer their calls or read their messages. From their mother, they only received enough allowance every month to eat until they graduated from university. That's it. I don't know if they followed the advice of those strangers and brought it home to their parents, if they could find someone to brag about their first salary. The second story is less burdensome. This is another sibling who was rich from the start. Their first salary was spent quite differently. Part of it was used to buy gifts for the family. Part of it was a self-reward. Part of it was used to buy rice for the dog and cat shelter. When people found out about their spending habits, many scolded them. The youth these days are strange, making money but not giving it to their parents, instead buying rice for dogs. If they had a support system, they would be scolded and told to tell their mother. Their mother laughed and said, Are your parents so old that they have to compete with dogs and cats? Just rest assured and do whatever you want. Their father remained silent and gave them more money, instructing them to buy more rice for those animals. Because if many people still think that way, it means there are fewer people willing to lend a helping hand than they thought. If they dared to reach out, then be bold and strong. Until this year, my sibling still supports dog and cat shelters regularly, but they don't dare to brag anymore. Only close relatives know.